Hi there, and welcome to Apple World. So Shannon Sharpe has been battling for his life since he dropped the meetings with Katt Williams and Monique in light of the fact that some extremely strong celebs recently got uncovered on the digital recording, and they don't like the negative consideration that they have been getting since the meetings broadcasted recently. Assuming there's one thing that we know about these strong celebs is that they could do without being uncovered, so they have had Shannon targeted since the meetings dropped. Shannon has been having a few baffling issues with his web recording. The fact that Kevin Hart makes, besides Monique persuaded, is at the base, all things considered. See, not just did Kevin get broiled by both Katt Williams and Monique, however, he has too been as of late uncovered as an overseer for the Hollywood First Class as well as a guardian. Well, Monique isn't letting that slide, and she brought a few receipts to uncover how Kevin and Tyler have supposedly been making things happen in Shannon Sharpe and his Club Shay digital recording. So the thing precisely was said about Kevin on Club Shay, and as Tarla Perry has been making moves to quieten Shannon for good, Katt Williams was quick to attack Kevin Hart on Club Shay, and you all know he was horrible. Creep and Kevin have been on the outs for a moment at this point, and everything too, or a long time back when Kevin wore a dress on SNL. This obviously deciphers from the Latin to who DNA, which means I'm D-man, and the arms are back up for another triumph. Latet has never been modest about his sentiments about people of color in the industry being pushed to wear dresses. He considers it to be an endeavor to undermine individuals of color and keep up with command over them. So when he got some information about it after his NL execution, you realized he had a comment yet rather than hauling Kevin C. decided to spill the tea on the industry itself. He brought up that it's been a well-established custom for dark men to daybreak ladies' clothing in a journey for notoriety and achievement. Computer-aided design made it understood that he wasn't attempting to put Kevin on impact yet, discussing the greater issue. Ems, too, in a similar meeting, spilled indeed. Even Morty uncovering that his vocation had been kept down since he was unable to keep calm. Obviously, the business high rollers didn't see the value in him hearing their grimy clothing, and, as indicated by Katt, they ensured he paid for it by keeping his profession on a chain and preventing him from turning into a hotshot. When individuals are against, they get hit directly upside the head all the time. The press despises them. No one liked them in that interview. Katt didn't toss any shade at Kevin. Rather, he conceded that Kevin was simply doing what he needed to do to get by in this relentless universe of Hollywood. However, Kevin misinterpreted it and chose to applaud back on the Morning Meal Club. Kevin hammered Katt, blaming him for lying. He likewise asserted that Katt's profession didn't explode in light of the fact that he was unable to remain clean also. He was combating habits. My disappointment would be C. What this comes from you continuing to point at Hollywood. This is the white man. This and this white man, this and this. When do you assume a sense of ownership with your activities? You had the shot that wasn't in that position. That was the fellow. You were gotten up in a position. Be the star. You didn't appear for work. You off promotion shoots. You took your PR trips that they had set up for you. You turned into a capture for the studios. Assume a sense of ownership with what you picked and say you understand what I got to fix me, and I'm going to return what's more. I'm going to support comeback then. At that point, the gossip factory was humming with claims that Katt can't escape drugs, and Kevin took this and ran with saying Katt's vocation failed in light of the fact that he was doing drugs. He even faulted Katt for his own disappointments, saying Katt wouldn't claim up, and continued to point fingers at every other person. At any point in any case, do you notice how the business loves to mark anybody spilling privileged insights as insane or on drugs? We've seen something very similar in Playbook with different truth-tellers like Kanye, Dave Chappelle, and obviously Katt Williams. In any case, this was simply the beginning of Katt and Kevin's adventure. One thing Kevin could have neglected is that Katt has a memory like an elephant and can hold resentment forever. 5 years later, Katt at last pursued his retribution on Club Shay, and he didn't keep down on Club Shay K. Katt hauled Kevin through the mud, recommending that Kevin search out the business for acclaim and power. He got down on Kevin for bowing to Hollywood's impulses, permitting himself to be embarrassed for progress, and implied that wearing a dress could have been important for a few embarrassments. Custom and computer-aided design had a lot to say he didn't gloss over, not a drop of it. However, Katt didn't stop there. He likewise uncovered that Kevin's so-called sold-out shows were simply purposeful misdirection, guaranteeing Kevin at any point really sold out a show, yet faked it to look like a Major achievement, and Katt continued to accompany the conceal, calling Kevin an industry plan. With a dubiously quick ascent to distinction, he directed out that Kevin's move toward stardom was everything except natural proposing. He was set up by Hollywood right from the outset. In 15 years in Hollywood, nobody in Hollywood has a memory of going to a sold-out Kevin Hart show, there being a line for him, truly getting an applause at any parody club. He previously had his arrangements at the point when he arrived. Have we known about a jokester that came to LA, and in his first year in law, he had his own sitcom on network TV and had his own film called So Plan that he was driving? No, we've never known about that. Hat before that individual or since that individual. What do you think a plant is? You likewise call Kevin Hart for being a watchman for Hollywood elites. No doubt, since they tell you that there's no guard. Be that as it may, we continue to see similar individuals open the entryway. Didn't Kay open the doorlet, and he is currently opening it up for, don't such a person open the entryway? What do you mean? There aren't any watchmen. There's 100 doors around here. Katt was most certainly awful. However, Monique took it to a higher level during her interview on Club Shay, since she too attacked Kevin big time. She uncovered Kevin as a deceptive snake, guaranteeing that he deceived her after she was debased by Oprah and Ty Perry. You have a ton of familiarity with how Tyler Perry and Oprah debased Monique when she declined to do a free press visit for the film. Valuable, so I'm not in any event going to exhaust you all with that large number of subtleties. Go check different recordings. Yet after she was renounced, no one needed to work with her since no one needed to get on Oprah and Tyler's awful side. However, concurring to Monique, Kevin really left his method for behaving like he would have been a genuine companion and stick alongside her. Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart, I do his digital broadcast, yes, and I need you all to pay attention to the webcast so you can hear it for yourself when he first comes on. He says you're similar to my mom. You're like my auntie. You're like my sister. Okay. Then we do the digital recording and talk about the Tyler Perry circumstance. Oprah Winery said, I don't actually have the foggiest idea. Oprah, yet I'm going to connect with Tyler. I value that Kevin stayed faithful to his promise. He connected with Tyler Perry. Kevin Hart got back to me about perhaps a week or so later. He said I conversed with Tyler. He said he would rather not return to it. He said, however, I let you know what we should move past that. We should simply move past that. And how about we simply do extraordinary things? So anything Kevin says, I need you to hear me. Kevin Hart, how about we move past that? We should do a few extraordinary things together. Don't for a moment even stress over whatever you all maintain that should do. I will cooperate with you. I'll lead or produce with you recently. Let me understand what you maintain that should do. Yet, did he truly satisfy his commitment and help Monique financially recover well? She guaranteed he behaved like her, freed or kicked the bucket, promising to stay with her through good and bad, despite the fact that she was currently repudiated and dealt with life. K.A. outsider in the business, she trusted him since he appeared to be so certifiable. However, later that multitude of commitments, he ghosted her and behaved as she didn't actually exist. The most terrible part, he wasn't even sufficiently striking to sever things himself. He had other individuals accomplish the grimy work for him then. At the point when he returned with I Got You, I didn't request that Kevin Hart do anything. He said, I'll lead or produce. I'll accomplish with you, I said. Read Kevin, cuz we're in an arrangement with in the shopping center, and we're attempting to get our television show back. Mo. Anything it is, I got you now. Kevin Hart is quite possibly one of the greatest performers at the present time on the planet. And then we got off the telephone with Kevin Hart. We brought in the shopping center right away and said Kevin Hart expressed out loud anything we desired to do. He got us. He will accomplish leader VI. They resembled goodness. This is unbelievable in light of the fact that when you put the Kevin Hart name on, assuming that you definitely understand what it is, 14 days go by and we get a call from Endrel. He says we just got a call from Kevin Hart's chief, Dave Becky, and Dave Becky said Kevin doesn't need anything to do with MI. So whatever she told you all, he would rather not do anything with her. You know he needs no sort of relationship. Subscribe Apple World for more videos.